Welcome to the second part of 100% The Hunt Mega Edition in 3 days. Currently, at the time of recording, there are just under 2 days left. This video will include the rest of the normal tokens, continuing from the last video. To start off, I did clip it. Now, the visuals may be a bit lopsided because on mobile, it turns your screen to be a certain way. Please forgive me for this. Now, there is a trick for the first part of this quest, where you go onto the feed, close it, and go back on, then scroll, to immediately skip the video, but adding it to the total. For the next part, you just had to add 3 items onto your avatar. For the third and final part of the quest, you just had to create a clip, and put a filter and sound on it. And with that, clip it is done. On to the next game. The next game I decided to do was Bayside High School. In this quest, it was a smaller version of Crossy Road, where you had to get to 50 score to win. This was actually quite fun and quite easy. And with that, another game is completed. I then decided to go for Arsenal, since they always cook in these events.
Only way through is activated.
And no lie, whoever is making these event integrations for Arsenal, you deserve a raise. And then, the best part of this quest.
I like your cut.
And after waking up in a cell, I had to find a way out, using the items around me, but eventually escaped, getting me the next token.
But I mean the orange store, of course.
On to the next game. Heading back to the event lobby, I claimed the next item. Untitled Tag Game, where you had to collect 350 cash by winning rounds, tagging players, or finding them around the maps. And after collecting this final bit of cash, I claimed the token and moved on to the next game. Moving on to SpongeBob Tower Defense, I decided to start the Mega Token quest as well by picking up the map. And after finding the map, I finished the normal token and moved on to the next one. And after reaching wave 15, I defeated the boss and claimed the badge. After the fast-paced tower defense, I decided to do the obbies and drive world, before moving on to a harder token. And with the 4 obbies complete, That's another game complete. I forgot to record World 0, but here's a short clip after I realized. Tower Defense Simulator was a continuation of the event from last year, bringing back the Roblox Deathwalker. And after finishing Wave 15 and defeating the boss, I got the badge. Moving on to IT. Girl, it was about 11 p.m., so I decided to carry on in the morning as my brain was fried from playing and editing. I then claimed the token and logged off for the day. I then went back to the event hub before I left and claimed the next item. The next day, I decided to get chain done, as it was the most annoying one due to having to work with other players. I then moved on to Infection Gunfight, where after multiple rounds, I completed the quest. Moving on to Eat the World. This one took surprisingly less time to do than on my main account. And after getting 1,000 points, I claimed the token and moved on to the next game. Untitled Boxing Game was next, and it never fails to impress me with the bosses you fight. And after beating the first boss easily, I moved on to the second one, who was a lot harder. The second boss was stronger and faster than the first one. However, I still managed to beat it quite easily. The next game was Car Crushers 2, where I had to climb a volcano and make a stunt jump. And after failing it a couple of times, I eventually landed the jump and gained the badge. I then moved on to Fish, where I talked to the Easter Bunny on an island and got a gift, bringing it back to the quest giver, where I completed the quest. Only 2 normal tokens remain. Out of the 2 final games, I did a dusty trip first as I wanted to do pressure last. And after defeating 3 bosses, I claimed the second to last token. And with that, a dusty trip is complete. Before I complete pressure, I claimed the final item in the main track, meaning I technically didn't need to do pressure, but I decided to anyway. Pressure was not particularly hard, but it was quite fun. More reasoning for why it was one of my favorite games in the event. And after some time, I managed to complete it. Jump scare warning. After pulling the final lever, I picked up the token and exited the expedition for the final badge. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and make sure to like and subscribe for more. Part 3, containing the mega tokens, is coming out soon, so stay tuned. Goodbye.